Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mayor Wu, I'll be showing up at your house tomorrow with my bags at 5 o'clock. Leave your doors unlocked, please. What are you making for dinner? Because I expect a warm meal and a balanced diet. Now, I'm going to need a car, and please leave me some cash because I'm going to need to go to my doctor's appointment on Friday. That would be to Mr. Mayor Johnson. Now, I don't want to sleep on the couch, so put me up at a luxury hotel. The other Mayor Johnson. Obviously, you wouldn't like this because you don't know me, right? You know nothing about me. You might not like that. Sanctuary cities offer this kind of hope, this false hope to illegal aliens by saying that very thing. Stay with me. We don't tell anybody that you break our laws. Now, thank you. You have made the United States complicit and one of the largest purveyors of human trafficking in the world. Thank you.
I read a story last night, the police commissioner of Boston. You said you doubled down on not helping the law enforcement officers of ICE. I'm coming to Boston. I'm bringing hell with me.
About 5:30, migrants from Haiti are surging into Boston in need of help. And places like this agency in Mattapan are trying to assist them. Others are turning to emergency rooms, and right now some migrants are sheltering at Boston Medical Center.
Boston doesn't back down.
The White House seizing on Boston Mayor Michelle Wu for her State of the City address. She pledged to defend Boston against the Trump administration.
No one tells Boston how to take care of our own. Not kings and not presidents who think they are kings.
In a press release, the Trump administration called the mayor a radical and cited examples of ICE arrests in Boston. It asks, why is Mayor Wu intent on defying the will of the American people and obstructing the Trump administration's efforts to remove these monsters from our streets?
She says Boston is for everyone. That's kind of her big slogan. But it seems like it's for that includes illegal immigrants who have committed heinous crimes.
This month, the mayor testified at a hearing on sanctuary cities in Washington. Last night, she made a veiled reference to border czar Tom Homan, who promised to bring hell to Boston.
For 395 years, come high water or hell, no matter who threatens to bring it, Boston has stood up for the people we love and the country we built.
I'm coming to Boston. I'm bringing hell with me.
My name is Michelle Wu. I am the daughter of immigrants, and since November of 2021, I have had the honor of serving as mayor of Boston. I'm proud to be here on behalf of our city, the police officers, first responders, city workers, the faith leaders, teachers, parents, and neighbors who partner every day to make Boston the safest major city in the nation.
There are calls for more crime prevention from the city after 2 people were shot and killed just hours apart in Boston. Good evening to you. I'm Ken McLeod. 6 people have now been murdered in the city so far this year.
And she is standing by her comments that she told us on OTR just a few days ago. The mayor saying she doesn't need the federal government's help, causing fear through mass deportations. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu doubling down on refusing to cooperate with President-elect Trump's plan for mass deportations.
We have laws on the books that ensure that we do not cooperate on civil immigration detainers.
Sunday on OTR, I asked Mayor Wu what Boston's response would be if mass deportations happen.
We are not cooperating with those efforts that actually threaten the safety of everyone by causing widespread fear and having large-scale economic impact.
So she helps us, she gets the hell out of the way.
Fernando Perez illegally entered the U.S. on an unknown date at an unknown location. But the 49-year-old immigrant arrested in Framingham had been on law enforcement and ICE radar before the child rape charge. ICE claiming that the Essex County Court ignored its detainer. Jose Fernando Perez is facing 6 counts of child rape from 2022 in Essex County, and ICE launched an immigration detainer. Yet Fernando Perez was let go on pretrial release, according to ICE. This comes as the Trump administration has ramped up raids and detention efforts of known criminals. Everyone agrees the worst go first, but the handling of ICE detainers is a point of tension.
Well, I'm not running a popularity contest. I'm out arresting public safety threats, as President Trump promised.
You don't get it. You don't understand what's going on in her state. Watch this. This guy, Holman, is just, you know, as a lot in the Trump administration do, just making up a bunch of stuff and trying to start something, trying to pick a fight. So it seems to me you shouldn't be threatening to bring, what was it? Hell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, whatever.
All right, I just want to put up on the screen as you respond to this. These are migrants who re-offended in Massachusetts after they ignored ICE detainer requests. What do you have to say to the governor of Massachusetts, Tom?
Look, I forgot more about this issue than she'll ever know, first of all. Second of all, I am bringing hell to Boston. I'm bringing hell to illegal aliens that rape children. And she should be bringing hell to the same population. I said during my last speech, I stopped at 9. 9 people that raped children. They're in the country illegally that ICE had to find on the streets because they failed to honor detainers, both in Boston and throughout the state of Massachusetts. So if anybody needs to learn something, she needs to learn that you don't release child rapists back into the community to reoffend against children. That's what I'm bringing hell to. I'm bringing hell to those people who violated this child, and these children will never be the same.
I'd like to hold up this quote of you where you say, ICE's efforts actually threaten the safety of everyone, end quote, Boston Mayor Michelle Wu. You're a hypocrite.
Alvarez, docket 24-208.
It was a not guilty plea from Corey Alvarez in Hingham District Court Thursday afternoon.
The formal reading is waived. A plea of not guilty is entered on your behalf, sir.
Police say the 26-year-old, who's currently living at the Comfort Inn in Rockland as part of the state's program to house migrant families, was arrested Wednesday night on charges he raped a 15-year-old girl who was also living at the hotel. Prosecutors say Alvarez lured the teen to his room, which is where the alleged sexual assault took place. The victim telling detectives, I asked him to leave me alone, but he didn't stop.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio defending the decision to detain an international graduate student at Tufts University. He was just asked about it. Listen.
We revoked her visa. It's an F1 visa, I believe. We revoked it, and here's why. If you apply for a visa to enter the United States and be a student, and you tell us that the reason why you're coming to the United States is not just because you want to write op-eds, but because you want to participate in movements that are involved in doing things like vandalizing universities, harassing students, taking over buildings, creating a ruckus, we're not going to give you a visa.
They say no time. And ICE is making nearly 500 arrests in the span of just 33 hours. The New York Post cover, the ICE man cometh. President Trump also signing more executive orders, including one designed to block illegal crossings. And he told Sean Hannity that Joe Biden's failed policies forced him to take swift action.
Why would somebody say that open borders are good, where jails and mental institutions from other countries and gang members right off the streets of the toughest cities in the world are being brought to the United States of America and emptied out into our country? Why would anybody that even likes, you don't have to love our country, you have to like it. Why would anybody that likes our country, the Democrats, allow that to happen?
Announcing those recent arrests as of this month. And in fact, one of the president-elect's biggest supporters is now saying he is critical of leaders in Massachusetts. In Methuen, Immigration and Customs Enforcement arresting a Brazilian fugitive convicted of child sex crimes. Methuen not considered a sanctuary city. This month, ICE also arresting a Guatemalan national on child rape charges in Great Barrington. ICE says local police there ignored a detainer and had released him on bail. The arrest prompting Elon Musk to write on his social media, "Why are sanctuary cities protecting child rapists? Unconscionable. Any politician who does so should be recalled immediately."
This breaking now, a man in this country illegally with 17 criminal convictions here in Massachusetts is now in custody of the U.S. Customs officials. ICE saying the 25-year-old seen here as he was arrested Wednesday is a member of a violent Haitian street gang. An immigration judge will decide what happens to him next.
Can you believe this is only day 4 of Trump 2.0? But it turns out Republicans have already found the new star of their next campaign commercial.
I'm not going back to Haiti. Trump, you feel me? Yo, Biden forever, bro. Thank Obama for everything that he did for me, bro.
I want to go to you first, Grace Curley, because here's some angry residents in Boston's Seaport area about this migrant shelter coming. Watch and I'll get your response.
You said this is real. How are you going to ensure we're safe?
So we get no say as residents of the town, residents of the city, neighbors.
I would like to see a little bit more compassion. That's my point of view. Thank you.
I mean, the thing here is, Grace, they don't know who these people are. They don't know how many are coming. They have not been vetted. I mean, we see this all across the country. They've got schools and museums that are close by, and they just don't know exactly what is going on.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Trace. It's a safety issue. And I think that that's what a lot of people are trying to relay to their elected officials. And you can feel the frustration and you can feel the panic from a lot of these politicians, especially here in Boston, because obviously they're Democrats. They're dealing with outspoken constituents who are very unhappy. And they can't really give them any sort of strategy because the White House doesn't have a strategy. So all they can really tell people right now is, we understand your frustration and we're not Donald Trump. And that's not doing anyone any good.
Violent crime is among a mayor's most challenging problems. It's also the most fundamental. Crime destroys families and neighborhoods, shatters the public's sense of security, and can even threaten economic stability. Over the past few weeks, a burst of violent crime has shaken Boston. In the last week alone, 4 people, including a young mother, were fatally shot in separate incidents. A week earlier, another young mother was gunned down. Just before that, an elderly civil rights leader was stabbed while walking her dog in the park. Too many victims and too few arrests. Boston Mayor Michelle Wu insists she is fully engaged in marshaling clergy and nonprofits to assist in the cause. She talks about dismantling barriers and silos. She notes that homicides in Boston are down year over year, and overall violent crime is down as well. But all of that is cold comfort in the absence of a detailed strategy for addressing the recent crime wave.
She's not very smart, I'll give her that, because what I just said is President Trump's going to prioritize public safety threats. What mayor or governor doesn't want public safety threats out of their community? I'm coming to Boston, I'm bringing hell with me.